defense. Shot goes wide. Saved by Miller. Mallards trying to keep it in, but Ferguson here to bounce it back up. Anderson pick up into the zone. Offside is called on the Twisters. Line change for the Twisters. Schroeder come out on defense. Moroni on left. A little change up here. Sorry, Zastrow on left wing. Phenow on right wing. And shot on goal. Loved by Miller. 14:07 first. Drop one by Biesell. Turned over to Mallards. Potential center option, but knocked loose. And Zastrow now off to the races. One of the Mallards. Twisters come out victorious, not going to have net. Nice keeping it in. Taking a shot hard, but deflected off somebody's pass. Centering option. Zastrow puts one and above the 5. Great opportunity for the Twisters. Great playmaking. Line change all around. Johnson and Nelson coming out on defense. Moroni, Anderson, and Rohe. Out on offense. Moroni taking a drop. One over to Anderson. Johnson to come up. Takes a hard shot just over the net as it sailed over with a deflection off of the Mallards stick. Mallards taking it out of the zone through the neutral zone. Johnson and Rohe trying to push the issue. Nelson back on defense. Mallards stuffing it back into the other side of the corner. Picked up. Trying to push it back to the blue line. Fans on the pass, but able to still get back and forth. Mallards going to take a shot. Nope. Centering option with nobody there. Anderson battling off the boards. Mallards taking possession, trying to get it back in the center. You'll see a ring around the net. Pass back to the blue line. Blue line's going to take a shot. Shot just goes wide. Johnson tried to clear it out. It is cleared up by Anderson. Mallards trying to clear it out. It's somewhere. No icing. Quick line change. Johnson, Nelson still back on defense. Mallards lining up to take a shot. Nope. Pass back to the blue line. Fresh set of legs come out of the boards. Hendrickson just bounces off the stick. Neutral zone. Mallards trying to dump it, but Rohe there to collect. Rohe and Hendrickson coming into the zone. Rohe dumps it in. Offsides on Twisters. 11:53 left in the first. And we've got two Rohes playing first. We've got number 17 taking the center right now, Landon Rohe, and number 20, Jackson Rohe. Change the drop first, takes the drop, pushes the back. Concentration, sorry, not let it go. Mallards taking possession back into the zone, trying to pass it up, does pass it into the neutral zone. Silas Schmidt back on defense. Mallards trying to set up the play, knocked away by Rohe. Mallards taking the shot from the blue line, goes far wide. Back into the corner. Mallards there to pick up. Takes the centering option, but just goes over the net. Another shot, but it goes behind the net. Anderson racing out to try to beat the Mallards, but Mallards can still take possession, takes another shot, but wide in front of the net. Many shots just not hitting the goaltender or the goal. Mallards going to take another wind up from the blue line, knocks off the skate of Ferguson. takes a shot, but DeZeeuw blocks it. Looks in the corner, trying to push it out to Hendrickson. Hendrickson is able to get to there. But faces off with Mallards, being able to take another shot on goal. Gloved by Miller. Shots taken from Mallards so far. None of them hit the target quite yet. Biesell taking the drop. Mallards win the draw. Bring it back. It's a shot. Looking for a tip. And they do put it in. First on the board, Midwest Mallards 1-0. Trying to dump it in, and just fans off the stick of Schroeder. Mallards going to see another shot on goal, potential centering option, but nope, deflected. Schmidt there, push her away. Biesell pushes it out. No icing here. Mallards take possession, pass it over to one of the players coming through the neutral zone. Trying to knock it through, and covered by Miller. Full line change for the Twisters, and Mallards coming out. Moroni taking the drop, but Mallards taking the win of the draw. Mallards still in possession after a shot on goal, didn't quite make it. Johnson trying to clear the zone, does bounce off the stick of Mallards. Anderson out to the races against the Mallards, just not there quick enough. Moroni trying to keep it in, but it's out of the zone. Johnson's got an opportunity. Nope, pass and dump it over far side. Anderson's still there with his man, trying to battle it out. Looking for centering option. Great centering option over to Rohe, but Rohe just puts it to the left of the net. Mallards going to take possession. Their player escaping out of the zone. They got 3-on-2 here. Pass over by Mallards goes wide and goes into the corner. Rohe's there to pick it up. Clears the zone. Twisters chasing the puck around in the neutral zone and has an opportunity for 3-on-2. And the shot gets deflected into the corner. Miller's going to quick cover after a quick shot on the goal on the side and saved by Miller. 9:05. First period. Nelson back on defense. Ferguson, Rohe, Hendrickson on offense. Mallards dumping it deep into back to the blue line. Takes a shot, left it off Hendrickson's. Mallards still taking possession. Running the corner. Nobody there covering the Mallard. Back to the blue line. A shot on goal, deflected by Rohe. Johnson's going to pass it up over to Hendrickson. Just bounces off the stick. Got an icing here for the Twisters. Defensive line change. Johnson and Nelson out. Silas Schmidt in. Sawyer DeZeeuw running number 6. Trying to battle it out. Rohe's getting in there. Not learning the difference between DeZeeuw and Schmidt yet. I believe that it's DeZeeuw in the corner. Yes, it is. Number 6. Rohe's going to take possession. Passing up to Ferguson on the boards. Ferguson gets it past Mallards over to Hendrickson, but the Mallards are there. Ferguson dumps it deep into the zone. Mallards trying to take possession behind the net. Do get possession, dumping it over. backwards. Mallards still in possession. Mallards around the back of the net, but not used by Schmidt. Mallards are going to round it back along the boards, and they do miss the puck. It gets into the neutral zone. Henderson's battling it out in the neutral zone, but Mallards is still going to take possession and get back in the zone. A little retaliation for the Mallards as both Rohe and number 12, the Mallards. Interference and holding, maybe? 5-on-5 hockey still going on. And drops back to, I believe, Schroeder. Schroeder just gets it knocked over to Schmidt. Schmidt bounces it up. We got a potential shot on Biesell. Biesell puts it in. Twisters in for the first goal here. Tying up the game 1-1 with 6:58 left in the first period. Deflected by Miller, bounce back in the corner. Mallards still taking possession. Mallards looking for centering option, just misses the shot. Pass up out of the zone to Zastrow, but Mallards had to dump it in as they had the tag up on the offsides. Schroeder coming out with it, but Mallards knocked it loose. Going to see the potential loose puck in front of the net, but covered over by Miller. Nope, loose puck still. Knocked away. Shot on goal goes wide. Mallards still looking for a centering option. They're still in possession of the shot. Another shot goes on goal, but doesn't quite make it cleared by the Twisters. Lots along the boards here. Biesell coming in strong, battling it out, entering the zone. He's got Zastrow up front, pushing it back to the D-line, but there's nobody there as they put Johnson. Nelson comes out. We have a delayed penalty here for Mallards, and we're going to get that call at this point. Checking. This will put the Twisters in a power play opportunity. Can't recall what the other players are going to remain in the box, but 5-on-4 hockey, Twisters power play. Biesell taking the drop. Mallards trying to push it away and back into the corner. Johnson doesn't quite reach Johnson. Ferguson battling along the boards. Dumps it further back into the circle. Mallards going to try to clear the zone. They get it clear of the zone. Race off to the puck, and Mallards are going to beat to it. And short-handed, the Mallards will still put one in the back of the net, making it 2-1. Mallards are up. Left in the first period. Face off back to Nelson. Nelson's going to come in and push it over to Ferguson. Bounces right over his stick. Johnson's got an opportunity. Nope, dumps it over. And Biesell can reach to it. Mallards clear the puck. Again, AAA League, we are able to ice when there is a player in the penalty box. Nelson up to Hendrickson. Hendrickson's entering the zone. Going to see a shot on goal wide. Goes right through the crease. Biesell, their potential. Johnson's going to be able to line up. Takes a shot, looking for a tip. No goal. Ferguson getting tied up. Mallards going to clear the zone. Just gets outside the zone. Johnson's going to have to retract his Twisters got to clear the zone. Shot on goal wide from the blue line. Deflects off the Colton Ferguson. Mallards again taking possession. Biesell still battling it out, but Mallards are still going to exit the zone with it. In neutral zone, Johnson took possession, skated it up with it, dumped it deep. 29 seconds left on the power play opportunity. Puck sending all the way down. And no icing as they still clear the box for another 20 seconds. Quick pass over, just misses the stick of Johnson. We have a cross-check back on Ludson. Taking his hand, not sure what he did, but right in front of us. That'll go wrong. Good little back check here from Anderson onto Anderson. Puts us in a 5-on-3 for the next 9 seconds. Got too many men on the Mallards. As we're looking for a 5-on-3 face-off. Moroni taking the drop, pushing it over, but Mallards are still going to be able to clear it. Send it all the way down. DeZeeuw and Schmidt back on defense. Moroni, Anderson, and Rohe boards. Pass up to Anderson. Anderson's going to push it. Just gets up the stick of Mallard. Mallard tries to push it in. Oh, another penalty. Lots of penalties coming out here. Rohe is going to go into the box. We're checking. Hockey for the next minute 38 seconds, and then the Twisters will be on a penalty kill for the next 22. Zastrow gets the puck, dumping it in. Icing as 4-on-4 hockey is going to cause a icing. When it's even playing hockey, we will call icing. It's only when you're a man short that you are able to ice it. Minute 30 left for 4-on-4 hockey. Zastrow taking the drop, pushes it back. DeZeeuw trying to push it through. Mallards grab it in the air, drop it down, pass over to the other side of the blue line, takes a shot on goal, saved by Miller. Schroeder coming out for defense. Mallards with the drop, catching it back. You see a shot on goal. On the blue line goes wide. Schroeder battling out on the boards. Zastrow coming over to help. Mallards still have possession. Dump back to the blue line, and the Mallards are going to take possession. They got to take back up as they brought the puck a little too far back on the blue line. See a shot on goal from Mallards from the blue line and covered by Miller. 51 seconds left of 4-on-4. Minute 13 left on the penalty for the Twisters. Biesell taking the drop. Mallards win, taking a quick shot on goal, but doesn't quite make it there. Passing back to the blue line. See a shot on goal. Looked like a potential tip opportunity, but nothing went in. Now along the boards, Ferguson takes possession, skating out of the zone through the neutral zone. Going to see a potential possibility, but it's tied up by the Mallards. Takes a shot. Very close opportunity. Schroeder takes her man down. Schmidt back on defense, pushing him up to the side. Great defensive move going on there. Along the board, centering option, look for a tip potential, but Mallards just went wide with it. We're going to get an icing call here as Twisters dump it a little too much with the sauce with 8 seconds left on the 4-on-4 hockey. 2:10 left in the first period. defense. Hendrickson and Rohe, I believe. It's a battle for Mallards take possession, but it gets dumped away. Not sure what's going to happen. Icing on Twisters as they became full strength. Sorry. We have 18 seconds left on a penalty kill. Now we can ice it as it is 5-on-4 hockey. Johnson doing just that as he dumps it deep down in. 10 seconds left on the penalty kill. Hendrickson racing off to the corner, trying to get possession. Centering, great centering option. Goes for the skates of Mallards and takes a shot, but gets deflected out to the skates. Hendrickson battling out in the neutral zone, but Mallards still taking possession entering the zone. Checking here on the Mallards. Rohe drawing that penalty. Just as both teams became full strength, we will see now a power play opportunity for the Twisters. Unsure of penalty call. Some discussion going on with the timekeeper. Unsure what's going on, but we got 5-on-4 hockey, power play opportunity. We got 2 players left. Wicked shot by Johnson, waking up that goaltender here to make sure that Twisters are still here to play. Johnson racing back, Mallards quick to follow. Johnson's going to push it back up just off the stick of Ferguson, but Mallards are going to take possession, going to dump it deep in again. Able to do so. Minute left on the first period. Nelson here to pick up, pushing up to Ferguson. Ferguson's going to have a little battle on Mallards, and Mallards are going to see a shorthanded. Nope, just gets out of the stick. 27. Johnson pushing it up, and a little too much sauce on it again. Mallards are going to dump it deep in. 40 seconds left of the first period. Nelson going to be skating it up. Entering the zone, takes a shot wide, looking up to Mallards, but quick to pick it up. Looking for a pass over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson's going to look for a shot out the goal. Looking for a tip from Ferguson, but Mallards are going to take possession. Mallards trying to clear his zone, 15 seconds left. Nelson's going to take another shot again, gloved by the goaltender. 11 seconds left of the first period, 42 seconds left of the power play opportunity. Mallards are going to dump it in for another 1 second left. That is the first period. Twisters in a deficit by 1. Twisters 1, Mallards 2. Good 1 minute break here as each coach is trying to incentivize their teams, tell them what's going on. Adjust some strategies. Rohe, Hendrickson out as forwards. Silas Schmidt back on defense. For some numbering, Hendrickson wearing number 0 with the red helmet. Rohe, number 17 with the white helmet. And Ferguson, 61, black helmet, forwards. You got Schmidt, number 13 on defense. And DeZeeuw, defense, number 6. 31 seconds left on the power play opportunity for the Twisters. Again, not 100% sure, but two men in the box, but I believe one serving a major, maybe? Not entirely sure. Face off here, one over by Hendrickson. Sorry, one by Rohe. Pass over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson looking for center option just behind Rohe and Ferguson. Now they're going to take possession. They're going to try to dump it out of the zone. They do get it out of the zone as it just bounced off the stick. Schmidt. Schmidt's got possession back in the neutral zone. He's going to enter it, dumps it back in deep. Mallards going to round the boards, trying to get it over to the other player, but Roy's there battling along the boards. Mallards victorious and dumping it out with 8 seconds left on the power play opportunity. We'll let them know they're back at full strength. Trying to dump it deep, just gets off the stick of Mallard. Anderson picks it up, passes it over to Rohe. Rohe gets a puck knocked loose from Mallard right in front of the net. Still staying with it. Mallard's taking control in the corner, passing it up along the blue line, just missed the stick of the Mallard player. And Schmidt there to collect, tries to bounce it over the heads, does so, but Mallard's there to collect, entering the zone. Back pass, number 18 of Mallard's. Around the back of the net, nobody there for centering option for Mallards. Going to look for a pass back and forth, blue line. South battling out, hit the corner of the net, bounced out, Hendrickson able to take possession. Mallards trying to tie him up. Hendrickson passing over to Ferguson. Ferguson, the puck passes it back to Zastrow as it comes out, takes a hard shot, just goes wide. Schmidt's there to collect on the blue line, but Mallards able to bounce it up and still take possession. Pushing it back on the blue line, Zastrow's going to take possession, passing up to Ferguson. Rohe. Rohe's off to the races to the corner. Takes his man off the puck, but Mallard's still able to round it boards and clear the zone. Race off to the pucks. Biesell battling out, loose puck behind the net, but he comes out victorious with it. Skate back through out of the zone, through the neutral zone. Got 3 Mallards up there with them. Zastrow falling back, takes a shot on goal from Biesell, but hits the side of the net. Zastrow still has possession behind the net, looking for trying to sneak one in, but gets denied by the Mallards to try to enter. Zastrow pushing it back to Schroeder. Schroeder takes a hard shot, gets a bounce off the Mallard's stick. Bounces over. Mallards taking possession behind the net. No, just trying to battle it out behind the net. But the Mallards are able to clear the zone. Zastrow is going to take possession back to neutral ice, trying to put. Whoa! That looked like a mean opportunity. Light went in on accident. That might be 2. I don't know. Tripping. Still with 2 in the box, and I think one of them is a major, not entirely sure. Another power play opportunity for the Twisters. Johnson not able to wind up too much, but gets a shot in on goal, tries to tip it in, just didn't make it in. Twisters still having possession in front of the net, but Mallards are going to take it away. Phenow just taking the battle. Push back past the blue line. Nelson's going to have a race. Got a Mallard just on the side of him, but Nelson's going to take it through the neutral zone. Takes a shot on goal. Glove by Mallards, ending 11:32. Nelson's going to crash into the boards. Ferguson there to take away, dumps it out. Mallards are going to take an opportunity to take a shot on goal. And covered with a quick release for Nelson to take possession. Nelson's going to push over him. But a little miscommunication going on the Twisters. That's going to be an icing on the Twisters. Off here, won by the Twisters. Twisters exiting the zone. Mallards able to potentially get their puck on stick on it in the neutral zone. They get it dumped in. Hendrickson trying to force the issue. Salas going to take a shot, gets deflected off of Mallard. Ferguson tried to get a tip, but just didn't make it quite to the net. Schmidt out to the races into the boards, but Mallards are taking it out of the zone through the neutral zone. A shot on goal wide, saved by Miller. Salah taking it back outside the net. Pass up to Rohe. Rohe gets it stuck between his skates. Mallards taking quick possession and quick fire behind the net. Both teams full strength. 9:41 left in the first and second period. Mallards trying to clear the zone, gets the neutral zone, but entering back into the zone. Mallards looking for centering option, takes a shot on goal, goes wide. Ferguson off the corners, looking at clearing it. A little too much sauce, as that's going to be an icing on the Twisters. Line change all around for the Twisters. Moroni, Anderson, Rohe on the forwards. Schmidt and Schroeder on defense. Moroni taking the drop. Back to the corner. Rohe's going to round the corner, push it up to Rohe. Loses the puck. Mallards taking possession and come back into the zone, take a shot on Miller, and Miller covers. Again, Twisters in a deficit by 1. Moroni ready to take the drop. Mallards win, pushes it back, takes a shot on goal, looking for a tip, no tip. Mallards taking a shot on goal, gloved and covered by Miller. Again, now it's taking their time, setting up the play, dumped it deep in the corner. Schmidt there to track, trying to push it around the corner, but hits a stick on Mallard. Moroni's looking for a pass over to Rohe. Gets over to Rohe, but Mallard's able to put a stick on it. Shot shot on goal by Mallards. Gloved, saved by Miller. Line change all around for Twisters. Johnson and Nelson come back on defense. Biesell coming out forward. Mallards are racing onto the corners. Nobody pushing real hard on it. Biesell battling out. Johnson taking the possession. Taking his time, but Mallards going to stick on it and get it back to the blue line. And they're taking possession. Now it's just battling out, trying to clear the zone. Does get clear of the zone. That's from Biesell. And no, tries to take possession, just gets a stick off of it and gets clear of the zone. Zastrow battle along the boards, but Mallards can take possession, pushing it up. Missed their man, but Johnson's trying to there. That's going to be an offsides on the Mallards. Off and push back into the zone. Jastrow's going to try to battle it out, but Mallards are pushing up along the boards. Apologies on any reconnections happening here as the cellular network may be dropping some frames. I apologize. And the net, Zastrow's and Phenow just going to battle it out, but Mallards are still taking possession. They're going to clear the zone. Sorry, Nelson was able to keep it in, but dumps it in and hits a Mallard, and they take possession. They're skating through the neutral zone, entering back to the zone. Potential centering, no. Nelson able to collect, push it up to Hendrickson, but Mallard beats him to it as it bounces off the stick, and Mallards are keeping it into the zone. Zastrow taking possession, passing the Biesell, but battle along the neutral zone. Discussion about who's going to have it. But Mallards take down Biesell, and they're going to take it back into our zone. Johnson and Nelson back on defense. Takes a shot on goal. Saved by Miller. .6:41 left in the second period. Twisters still down 1-2. Box here for the Mallards. Again, apologies, not sure what for. Refs have some discussion with the scorekeeper, but we're ready to play hockey again. Twisters win the face-off, trying to clear the zone. Not quite making it there. Battling it out. Sawyer trying to battle it out. Shot behind the net from the Mallards. Ferguson and Rohe. Pause and break there. Hendrickson's out to the... As we were able to dump into the zone, Hendrickson's going to take a quick shot off the net, but goes behind. Mallards able to clear the zone, and they're taking it back through the neutral zone. They got nobody here on defense. They're going to see a shot on goal. Goes wide. Trying to reconvene and get back up. Mallards still trying to get a shot off goal. Loose puck still. Loose puck. Loose puck. Cleared on Twisters. Mallards going to dump it deep. Anderson battling it out. Sal's going to come into it. Rohe comes in. Gets it clear. Anderson battling. Anderson looking to go to the bench, get some fresh legs out of the ice. Schroeder and Schmidt out on defense as the Mallards are going to do a change up as well. Pass up to Rohe. Rohe's going to push it in. Ferguson out, Moroni in. Moroni comes out just in time as the puck comes around, but Mallards are going to round the board Rohe's there to collect. Nope, goes all the way back to Schmidt. Schmidt takes a shot, goes wide on the net. Anderson's there, just fans on the opportunity. There's still a shot on goal, nobody out front. Still nobody out front. He's got to get into there. Anderson's going to take a shot, bounce, nobody out front to collect. Centering option just goes wide. Anderson didn't have the stick down in time. Mallards going to come out of the zone. Schmidt, the only one on defense, going to see a pass over. Mallards are going to... There's a loose puck as Miller went down wrong, and still a little confusion on the Mallards. Moroni's going to take possession. He's going to dump it out. Mallards going to have to take up. They dump it back in. Schmidt and Schroeder back on defense. They're going to collect. Got a Mallard coming behind and takes possession behind the net. Takes a shot on goal. Still a loose puck. Mallard's passing back and forth. Nobody covering a Mallard. Nobody's going to try to go and press the issue, but Mallard's going to take a quick shot and it goes wide. Rohe tying up his man on the boards. Moroni knocks it loose. Moroni coming through out of the zone. Moroni dumps it in and passes from Mallard's back. Nelson can collect on the boards. And Roy's there to collect as well. Battle along the boards. See who comes up victorious. Elbowing on the Mallards. Maybe not Mallards. We'll see. Yes, number 8, Mallards going in. Sinman. Coach having a quick discussion with the referee. Back to playing, 2:48 left on the second period. Mallard's trying to clear the zone, but Nelson ties up on the skates, centering option, but gets off the skates of Mallard. Nelson's going to line up, pass over Phenow. Phenow's going to come around the corner and trying to sneak one in. Nobody there to help him collect and clean it up. Mallard's able to clean it out and tagged up by the Twisters. Mallards are going to try to dump it deep. Oh, that's going to be an offside by the Twisters. Johnson able to collect it and pushes it a little too far as Zastrow's exiting. Called it offsides. Twisters still in deficit. Minute 31 left on the power play opportunity. Twisters win it. Passing it back to Nelson. Nelson's going to enter the zone. Looking for a shot on goal. Looking for a pass back to Phenow. Just goes wide. Sorry, Mallards are able to collect it and dump it deep. Johnson looking past Zastrow. Again, Mallards on a penalty kill, but they're hanging with the Twisters back in the zone. Zastrow coming all the way up. Doesn't get the shot off in time. Gets deflected. Pass back to Johnson. Johnson takes a hard shot. Just goes sailing above. Mallards able to clear, pushes it back. Mallards on a race back. Again, no icing. Great race by Johnson. Beats it out by Mallard. Pass it to Biesell. Biesell's got a 1-on-2 with Phenow ready to... Twisters, as it appears they're one time, and as the Twisters had a breakaway, they took a shot on goal, and they blew the play dead as they were hanging up. All weekend there's been some issues with that net, and not sure what's going on, but 37 seconds left in the power play, minute 25 left on the second period. Twisters a little short change on that one, and I think they're going to come out with a little bit more vengeance, as not happy about it. Mallards taking possession, passing it back. Johnson's there, able to keep it into the zone. Johnson's going to wind up, takes a shot, hits off of Mallards. Johnson still staying with it. Pass back to Zastrow. Zastrow's going to look for potential, but Mallard there to tie him up. Zastrow's going to try to stick handle. Puts it up in front. Phenow is going to have the opportunity, but gets a save by Mallard's goaltender. Mallard's going to have possession, and that's going to be a penalty on Twisters for tripping. No. 2 minutes for tripping. No. 3 seconds left on a 4-on-4, and then the Twisters will be in a penalty kill. Ferguson and Rohe coming back out. Mallards winning the draw, taking a hard shot. It's wide. Mallards back at full strength, and Twisters are clearing the puck. 40 seconds left on the second period. Rohe helping to try to push the issue. Mallards getting the zone. Bad pass, but Mallards still there to race it out along the boards. Nelson's going to try to push it. Drop behind. And then Nelson's still battling out. Looking for another clear. Cleared again by the Twisters. 14 seconds left. Pushing it over their own. Gets left behind neutral zone, passing along the neutral zone. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And that'll be the second period. draw. Twisters trying to clear the zone, doesn't quite make the blue line. We're going to see a shot on goal. No, Mallards leaves it behind. Draws it clear off Twisters, and looks like Schmidt's going to be able to take it. Trying to clear zone. Ferguson's going to have possession, but nope, it just gets off the stick. As Mallards going to see another shot on goal. Takes a shot, gets deflected off the Twisters stick. Always there, no neglect, and he does get the zone clear. 43 seconds left in the penalty count. Mallards passing out of the zone. Exiting the neutral zone, entering the zone. Schmidt ready for defensive. They do back to the bench. Took advantage of the power play on 5-on-4. We're able to put that third one in the back of the net. Making the Twisters down in deficit of 2. It is now 1-3. 4 seconds left on the penalty kill. Sorry, kill's over. Full strength. Johnson flared off, quick shot, dumped into the zone. Offsides here, but the Mallards are able to take up in time. Still take possession of the puck. Mallards having a discussion of who's going to take up the puck. Biesell's going to battle along the boards. But Mallards going to take possession, still battling up. Biesell's got possession, dumped it a little bit too far in the zone. Mallards taking it back out of the zone, neutral ice. We got Schmidt and Schroeder back on defense. Ferguson, Phenow taken up. Zastrow's going to push the shoot. Trying to clear the zone and get up to Biesell. Biesell gets it, dumps it deep. Zastrow's taking the possession, pushing it back to Schroeder. Schroeder takes a quick fire off, tipped off the stick of Mallard, redirected. Mallard's going to take possession. They're going to push it over the line. Offsides, they got to take up. Mallard's going to dump it out of the zone. Neutral ice. Biesell takes it. No, ready to grab it. Passing up to the neutral zone, they're going to enter the zone. Skating around Twisters. Zastrow's going to pick it up, dumps it, but Mallards are able to collect. Saved by Miller. Miller knocks it loose, pushes it up to Zastrow. Zastrow's racing off with a couple Mallards. Mallards try to clear it. Biesell pulls the tire as he's just trying to put a stick on it. And now the Mallards are exiting the neutral ice into the zone. Schmidt knocks the puck away. Great defense going by Schmidt. Zastrow coming back out. Push it over to Biesell. Saying that right again today. Takes a shot, gets off the shin pad of it. Mallard takes another shot, hits the side of the net. Mallard's going to take possession. They're exiting the zone. Skating through neutral ice. Nelson and Johnson back on defense. Mallard's going to look for a potential centering option. No, shoots off and saved by Miller. Mallard's lining up again. Johnson's going to push the issue. Gets a collection of the puck. Mallard's battling out. Moroni gets a clear stick on it. Gets it clear of the zone, but Mallards are still in possession as they got it from the neutral ice. Loses this possession in neutral ice, takes a shot on goal with Mallards, and Twisters are clearing it again. Another shot on goal by Mallards, but it deflected off of Nelson. Anderson's going to push it up. Up for Nelson. Nelson's going to battle along the boards. Nelson's still battling along. Knocks it loose from Mallards. Mallards are still going to take possession. They exit the zone. Skating right through the neutral. But Johnson tied him up and took back possession from the Twisters. But now Johnson did lose the possession. Takes a shot on goal from the Mallards, saved by Miller. Johnson
third period. Twisters down 1-3. Line change all around. Brexton Rohe. Shot on goal by the Mallards. And another one against that. 10:08 left on the third period. And the Mallards are up 4-1. Discussion back and forth between Twisters and Mallard, but Twisters able to push into the zone. Ferguson's trying to battle it out with the Mallard. Mallard's taking the possession. Sal couldn't keep it in, and we have to take up. Hendrickson trying to get possession. There he goes. But Mallard's able to knock it off the stick. Rohe looking for a battle on the neutral. Mallard's there to collect and skate through the neutral zone. You might see a shot on goal here from number 27 on the Mallards. Centering option and passes it over, and Mallards put the goal back in the net. Not many there for the Twisters to help out with that. Twisters seen a line change. Left in the third period. Now it's taking the face off. Possession in the neutral zone, dumping it. Schmidt dumping it over to Zastrow. Zastrow comes through, dumps it down the deep end. Battle on the boards. Phenow taking his man down. For centering option over Zastrow, just couldn't get it there. Tries to dump it deep, but Mallard's actually leaving it behind. Phenow trying to push it issue. Mallard's trying to push it over, but Zastrow there to collect it. Zastrow gonna see a shot on goal. No, it's collected. This dive saved by number 25 on the Mallards. Mallards clearing the zone, passing up to one of their own in the neutral zone, entering to the zone. Schmidt trying to poke it away. Does get it poked away, and back to the Mallard right at the blue line as they enter the zone. Mallard's passing it over, takes a shot on goal. Great tip, but saved by Miller. Another shot on goal goes, hits the side of the net. Schmidt battling her man on the boards. Biesell trying to push it up. Might see an icing on this. Just going to get there in time. 7:47 left. Nelson back on defense. Moroni, Rohe, and Anderson. Boards. Moroni wins the draw. Push it back to Johnson. Johnson will try to push up along the boards. Mallards there to collect. Battle along the boards. Looks like Twisters were able to push it up, but Mallard's still taking possession. Mallard's dumping it deep back in. Johnson's there to collect. Gonna try pushing up the boards again to Anderson. Anderson's going to take possession. Nope. Mallards push it up to their own centering option, but nobody there to collect. So blue line comes up and tries to keep it in. Mallard's still keeping possession. Shot on goal, deflected by Miller, goes back into the corner. High sticky. Anderson tries to bring it down, but Mallard's able to touch it before we do so. No stop the play. Mallard's able to take a shot on goal and puts another one in the back of the net. line change. Ferguson, Rohe, and Hendrickson coming out. Johnson and Nelson on defense. Johnson out to the races to get it. Clears the zone. Offsides potential on Mallards, but the Twisters are able to put a stick on it and get it out. Mallards dump it, but Johnson there to collect. Mallards still going to try to push the issue. Johnson pushes over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson gets to the zone. Gonna see a centering option. Pass. Oh, just an opportunity. Great play, Nate, but just gets off the stick of Ferguson. Just as the pass goes right through the crease. Pass over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson takes the shot, and Mallards dive in front and save it. Mallards take it through the neutral ice, dumps it into the zone. Nelson able to collect. Battle on the boards actually with Nelson. 2 Mallards on him. He's trying to battle it out, kicks it over. Back and forth along the boards, but Hendrickson's there to collect. Hendrickson passes over to Ferguson, gets the tip off, but no icing capability. 6-1's going to come in. Ferguson takes a backhand shot over to Rohe, but doesn't get it in. Mallards trying to clear the zone, and they are not able to do so as a quick fire from Nelson doesn't make it quite to the goal, but close. Mallards able to collect in the corner. Hendrickson's going to push the issue. Tied up with Rohe. Rohe takes a soft shot, puts it behind the net. Nobody on the blue line as Mallards were able to collect. Zastrow comes out of the bench, but just in time for Mallards into the zone. Mallards pushes it back to one of their own. Delayed penalty coming for the Twisters. Offsides on the Mallards. We'll blow the whistle dead, and I believe Johnson's going to have his 5:18 left in the third period. Puts the Twisters into a penalty kill, 4-on-5 hockey. Educational opportunity. Looks like the Mallards were asking why not in the zone, but it was a penalty. I think the main discussion was because it was offsides. Mallards taking possession. They're going to take a shot on goal, but covered by Miller. Silas Schmidt on defense, going to see a shot on goal deflected by Miller. Out front for the Mallards, but nobody there to collect. Another shot on goal, sliding save by Miller. Loose puck, and the Mallards are going to take another shot on goal, and gloved by Miller. Minute 18 left here on the penalty kill. Clear the zone. They do clear the zone, and they are man short. The ice and Mallards' capability. Zastrow's going to come up, push the issue, but Mallards pass it up to the blue line, drop it back to one of their own, takes a shot on goal, and puts another one back in the net, taking it 7-1. Currently, this will be running time for the remainder of the period until the Twisters can get one. Change, Schroeder went back on defense. Moroni, Anderson, and Rohe on boards. Mallards takes possession back in their own zone, pushing it up to the blue line. Mallards dumping it. No icing as somebody must have touched it beyond the red line. Moroni's looking for the potential of passing it up. Mallards actually going to try to clear the zone, and they do actually clear the zone. Skating up. Yep, offsides by the Mallards. Just a little anxious on number 12. More reception here as the feed still keeps going out. Make sure to check back on the YouTube upload if you want to watch back any highlights or any game footage. Mallards taking possession and entering the zone. Skating around looking for a shot, and nope. Back to the blue line. Anderson was going to press the issue with the defense, and then Mallards pass just bounce out the stick, but still taking possession of the zone. Schroeder behind the net, going to be able to push it up. Nope. Yep, pushes up out of the zone. Mallards need the take up. Mallards not able to clear the zone as they put a stick on it, causing an offsides with running time. Taking the drop, Mallards win it, pushing it back. Mallards passing it up in front. Got Johnson and Nelson back on defense. Mallards pushes it over to the side, takes another shot on goal, saved by Miller. Pushing it back to Mallards on the blue line. And we see a shot. Nope, can't get it out. Johnson poking around, but great sliding save.
Thanks for joining in. Hope everyone has a great weekend.